Hey there, this is iCat, and today we are going to learn something about culture. Culture originates from the Latin word cultura, which means to nurture or to cultivate. Marcus Tullius Cicero characterized philosophy as cultura animi and compared arable farming to philosophical education. Cultura animi means cultivation of mind and consists of philosophical education, rearing of sociable life, and knowledge of art. In the 18th century, the term culture has been used for the first time in science. However, it was used as a synonym, mostly in France and England, for civilization. The first definition was couched by the English anthropologist Edward Burnett Tylor in the year 1871. Culture is that complex whole which includes knowledge, belief, art, morals, law, custom, and any other capabilities and habits acquired by man as a member of society. Nowadays, the term is used in many regards. Number 1. Culture understood as art, music, theater, literature, architecture, fine arts. In English, it means civilized behavior. Number 2. Culture as a common non-scientific conception. For example, features of people with the same origin, which are easily distinguishable and relative static, or culture as a non-changeable feature. Number 3. Culture as a plural for community, customs, traditions, values, norms, and languages. Number 4. Culture as a scientific abstract concept. There is, literally speaking, for each discipline an own work definition for culture as a scientific abstract concept, respectively construct. We differentiate 1. Culture as a closed system. 2. Culture as a flux. In a closed system, culture is understood to be homogeneous and static. This includes an internal coherence, shared norms, values, and habits. Johann Gottfried Herder's sphere model is used as a template, which implies that every nation or culture has a center of rupture, is closed in itself, and can be differentiated distinctively from the others. These theoretical sharp borders made the abstraction and in succession a better scientific research of cultural differences possible. Supporters of that view are, for example, Gerd Hofstede and Alexander Thomas. Culture as a flux, according to Ulf Hannerz, is understood as a globalized exchange of goods, meaning, people, and networks of social relationships. This means that there is a constant cultural exchange between all cultures on a global and local basis. Arguments against the homogeneous static culture nucleus are: on a daily basis there are border breaches between cultures which are blurring the sharp lines. Closed cultural circles negate the intercultural diversity, internal cultural differentiations, and the worldwide migration movements. Intercultural disorder and conflicts are appearing as a danger and not as a chance. All individuals are actively participating in their cultural circles. The group-like personal character of closed cultures would negate the possibility of impersonal virtual networks. What does culture actually mean? Although all difficulties of a general definition, every culture has these universal traits in common. Number 1. Cultural behavior is learned. Number 2. Culture is supra-individual. That means it is shared by many people. Children are inculturated. They learn templates from and for behavior. Society socializes according to role and behavior expectations. Number 3. Culture has grown naturally, underlies constant changes, is historical, and is able to adapt. Number 4. Culture consists of a number of empirical measurable features, knowledge, and emotional, behavioral routines or habits. That means that the sum creates structures and its interrelations. Number 5. It is not possible to draw borders. Therefore, its margins are blurred. That means that cultures are not isolated, but are influencing, have relationships, are taken over, have features, and overlapping between themselves. Number 6. Cultures are not entirely homogeneous and consists of subcultures. Number 7. Culture is a construct. That means, scientifically speaking, is culture always considered as a closed and open system at the same time. According to Kröber, Kluckholm, and Berry, Pottinger, Siegel, Dazen, there are 6 general categories in which culture is discussed. Descriptive, types of activities and behaviors associated with culture. Historical, heritage and tradition associated with a group of people. Normative, rules and norms. Psychological, learning, problem solving and behavior. Structural, societal and organizational elements. Genetic, origins. At the same time, culture affects so many aspects of life that in the year 1971, Murdoch, Ford and Hudson described 79 areas in which we are influenced by it. Berry reduced that number to 8 aspects. General characteristics, food and clothing, housing and technology, economy and transportation, individual and family activities, community and government, welfare, religion and science, sex and life cycle. That shows how much we are unconsciously influenced by our cultural identity on a daily basis. More about that in later videos. As a last point, we will briefly discuss the origin of human culture. Evolutionary psychology suggests that people evolved a set of motives and behaviors related to reproductive success. Reproductive success, eating and sleeping are biological imperatives for survival, whereas survival is a degree of adaptation to environment and its context. Every group and individual must find solution for those universal problems of adaptation, whereas the solution is the development of culture. Culture is a product of interaction between universal biological needs and functions, universal social problems created to address those needs, and the context in which people live. Matsumoto and Juang, Culture and Psychology, 4th edition. Human culture uniqueness in comparison to rudimentary forms of animal culture is language, means of communicating and record information, and complex social cognition, ability to believe that people are intentional agents. That is all for today. If you have any question or remarks, you may contact me. Otherwise, I wish a nice day and thanks for watching.